Two two quick questions, real quick. I want to stay on this for a second.
Sure.
For those who have a boiler, single pipe steam, how often do you recommend flushing it? And then second question, the sensors, right? 12 unit building, does it make sense to pony up for the sensors in the unit to have more of a heat control, which you probably wouldn't do on a 2 unit building. But is there some sort of rule of thumb if you're talking to your investors? They're walking into a 6 unit, 8 unit, 12 unit building. There's no sensors in there right now. Just some rules of thumbs you can give to our listeners here on both those questions.
Yeah. Well, I say the main thing about steam boilers is they really should be blown down daily. Okay. As far as that goes. Now, I know a lot of people go weekly as far as that goes, but really we want to make sure that we blow that down. We want to make sure that that low water cutoff is actually working because we get a lot of what we'll call mud out of in the steam in that, which is the mineral content in that. Because in Chicago, we got about 5 grains of hardness in Lake Michigan water. So we're constantly making water up on the steam in that, and all that's going in the boiler. We want to flush that out because it starts building up in what we call the mud lakes at the bottom and continues up in the heat exchanger. And pretty soon we don't have enough water in the boiler to allow us to have enough steam in the steam chest. So we're diminishing our steam capabilities. So by blowing it down, we're assuring that we're getting those products out and that it's working, that the low water cutoffs works. And if it goes low, that it shuts the burners off in that. So that's something that the normal owner or the maintenance guy can do on a daily basis pretty easily. As far as that goes. And then once a week, we want to open it up wide and let it blow it way out and do like a skimming where we get any oil compound and along with the products and that goes out in that. As far as sensors, okay, most of these boilers.
Oh, Mark was jumping in. Mark, what do you got there?
Yeah, no, we'll wrap this because we want to keep it moving. But one other question on comment on radiators. So a lot of people I see him take them out. A guy a couple weeks ago sent me a picture of a mouse popping a head out of the little hole that it leaves in the hardwood floor. So people, when you're putting the HVA system in and removing your radiators, make sure you put the money in to plug those hardwood holes in the unit. So, but then one other thing on this that I want to make sure we don't miss, because this becomes something that people get scared of or everyone starts freaking out, is you mentioned insulation on the pipes, but those a lot of those pipes are asbestos wrapped and people are nervous about that. Is that one, I guess, is that something you're still seeing, and how do you recommend people deal with that, if anything at all, when it comes to having that on the pipes?
Yeah, we see a lot of that. Okay, you're talking about aerosol in that. Okay,
yes.
So what I'll say is, if it's intact at the moment, it only becomes friable when it's broken. Okay, that's where it's an issue. But what I would say is have a remediator come out and they can encapsulate it in place, okay, rather than remove it, and it'll be fine. If it's broken and it's friable, or somebody has taken some of it off and done it in an improper fashion, then we need to have a remediator come out and do an air test. They need to do containment and get the rest of it gone and scrub it and get rid of it. But if it's in good shape, they can just encapsulate it with a hard coat material and it'll be fine. They can leave it. It's not. Now, some people do panic because it's asbestos and that. So we give them both options. We recommend that they do talk to a remediator and have them come out and take a look. There are a couple of options for this as far as that goes, and it's going to be what's best for them at that point. That goes in, we let him determine what would be the best thing to do for this condition, what would be the prudent correction for it.